In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to modify headers and footers. The resume used in this tutorial can be downloaded at this link. There are several situations in which placing elements in headers and footers make it much easier to work with the document. You may want certain elements to repeat across pages, and if you put it in the header or footer, they repeat automatically across many pages. It could also be because you want to position certain elements in a certain way, and putting it in the header and footer ensures that the position doesn't move while you're working on the body of the page. In this resume, the name of the person, his title, contact information, this Hire Me graphic, and the Facebook and LinkedIn profiles are in the header and footer of the page. The headers and footers always appear faded when you're working on the body. But when you actually print the page, it will come out clear and as bright as the rest of the page. To demonstrate that, I'll just show you the print preview. As you can see in the print preview, the name of the person, the Hire Me graphic, as well as the LinkedIn and Facebook links, which were in the header and the footer, are as clear as the rest of the page. To edit the header and the footer, there are two different ways to do it. The easiest way is to either go to the top of the page where the header is, or to the bottom of the page where the footer is, and just double-click in there. Now you notice the header becomes bright and the body of the document becomes faded. So that indicates that you are in the header and footer editing mode. The header and footer also have their tags here in the editing mode. And to edit it, just highlight the text and change it. Or you can even reposition this graphic. To exit the header and footer editing mode, you can just double-click the body of the page. Now, the other way to enter the header and footer editing mode is to go to the Insert tab on your ribbon. And where you see the header and footer icons, you can click on either of them and select the Edit Header or Edit Footer. And we're back in the editing mode. Let's just move this graphic back. And once again, we can double-click on the body to exit the editing mode. In certain situations, you may want to have additional pages on your resume. If we add pages, you notice that the header and footer automatically appear on the page that we added. There may be cases in which you don't want the same header on the first page, but you want it on all the following pages. Or there may be cases where you want the header and footer on the first page, but you don't want it on the following pages. I'll show you how to address both situations. If you only want the header and the footer on all the pages other than the first page, if you go into the header editing mode, in the Design tab, you can just check Different First Page. Now you notice the header and footer have disappeared from the first page, but it's still there on the second page. You may have to take off additional graphics manually. And there you go, they're gone. And now in the situation when you want the header and footer in the first page, but not on the following pages, we're going to create a section. Because once you create a different section, you can apply different headers and footers to each section, if you choose so. To insert a section, we can go to the Layout tab, and under Breaks, we can do a section break via Next Page. Now, if we activate the non-printing characters, you will notice we have a section break here as next page. Now, when you enter the header or footer editing mode, you'll notice these tags now show which section the header and footer belong to. So these ones show header and footer for section 1, and here we have header and footer for section 2. So if you click on the header of section 2, you'll notice this link to previous is highlighted. So if we want it different for this section, we can uncheck that, and now our header for section 2 is not linked to section 1. So we can delete this easily without affecting section 1. And we can do the same for the footer. So if we click on Go to Footer, we can again uncheck Link to Previous. So now section 2 footer is not linked to section 1, and we can take off these elements. Now we're only left with the header and footer on the first page, which is section 1. You can do this with multiple sections and have different headers and footers for each section if you wish to. Thank you.